everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I want to show you two more books to be like an add-on to the book gift guide that I've done earlier this month. So these two books are by DK, and DK has been kind enough to send them over for me for a review and share with my viewers. So here are the two books that I have picked. And I have picked something that I thought is quite colorful and quite unique in a way. So we have got the Flower Porn book by Kaimins. I hope I am pronouncing the name correctly. It says here, My Lady Garden. And basically these are recipes for modern bouquets, tablescapes and displays. Both of these books are great inspiration for all sorts of art and craft projects. I will explain more once we get to the Finch bakery, but I will basically today focus on Flower Porn. I hope the name is not going to create any issues with YouTube. I will give you like an in-depth review of this book today, and I will do a separate in-depth book review for this book. However, I will show you briefly inside this book as well, so that you have enough time to place your orders if you're interested to get these books as gifts in time before Christmas. Let's start with Finch Bakery, Disco Bakes and Party Cakes. It's a fun book. It's not just a book about baking recipes. It is very visual, it's very fun, and it's kind of different to any of those baking books that you have seen. So if you're a seasoned baker and you want to take your bakes to the next level of perhaps entertainment or presenting something very special for a special occasion, then this is the type of book you want to have. But also for this time of the year as well, we want to create really visually stunning bakes. So Lauren and Rachel Finch have basically put their love of baking into this book. And just to give you an idea, so you have some kind of like festive things as well, some interactive things, and some really visually beautiful. So I'll give you a better inside look next time. Today let's focus on the Flower Porn. Regardless of that, I will link both of the books down for you in the description. You'll be able to use the affiliate links if you're interested. So first of all, favorite color combo, we've got chartreuse cover with pink, and of course a beautiful picture of the bouquet, and it's one photo that has been wrapped around. We have a beautiful ombre inside. Let's have a look into the contents. So we have, hello, I'm Kay, the life of a florist, a modern approach to flower design, flower porn, flower key, techniques, spring, summer, autumn, winter. So that's quite good. It's got separate areas dedicated to different times of the year. Floristy through the seasons. Creating your color palette. I love color palette talk, so that's a bonus. How to shop flower markets, flower directory, and all the other resources and index and all of that. I'm particularly interested in getting to this bit and checking out the color palettes and the inspiration we can take from that. But look at this. The photography is fantastic. Who wouldn't want to have such a big spread and enlarged, zoomed into these gorgeous flower detail photography? It's stunning. I love the colors, I love the blend and how everything is sitting together so cozily and scrumptiously. Okay, so we have here Kay, and she is a lady from Australia, and you can learn about her history and how she became a florist. And then she talks about being a florist and what it's like. And then a modern approach to floral design. Now, the thing is, I have a big attachment to gorgeously designed flower bouquets. I really find the flowers that you go to a supermarket and you get them, they're mostly very, very boring. They have the same type of a flower, the same type of a color palette, and it's all just really kind of not great. So what I tend to do is I tend to buy a couple of different bouquets and then arrange them, cut to size, and place the different parts together to arrange a more flattering composition. And so this is very, very inspiring, not only from a color palette perspective, but also from the textures that you get from a different flower. So the shapes of the petals, how things curl, whether they're straight, whether there are many of them or, you know, less of them, whether they have loads of kind of straight lines or curved lines. There's just so much to look out for. Now we get to techniques. And here you will have some tips what you need to use to start building a bouquet and things like that. So here you go. Well, this is a good tool. I was not aware of it. So this is to take the thorns off the roses. Now, I already do this to all of my roses. I leave just a few of the greenery bits at the top, and I get rid of all of this shrub here. Because it doesn't need to be in a vase if you want to focus on the flower. So that's very interesting. And then she'll give you different tips. I will have to dive into this book as soon as this book literally arrived the day after I have filmed the book guide. So I haven't had time to properly dive into it yet. But look at that. So you can take a simple looking tulip and you open the petals, which I never thought to do because I thought maybe that way the tulip will just fall apart quickly. But it seems to be like a tip here. So it says here, tulips are usually full of muck. Remove it by holding them under a running tap. Okay. I love the colors of the book as well. You can see there's a lot of ombre going and very subtle peach to pinks. Very pleasing and very contemporary. So I think this book definitely stands out from a lot of books I have are botanical stunning books, but it definitely is a great addition. It doesn't feel like I'm adding just another floral or botanical book to my collection. It definitely is a great addition. Very unique. I mean, I love this color palette here. So beautiful. And the contrast, the textures, the mattness of some petals and then some glossiness of others. This is a cool tip here. So I feel like I'm going to learn a lot. So when you present little floral arrangements in a bowl, I really like that look because you can create like almost a sphere in a bowl. So you have to cut them down fairly short and then you just poke them inside the wire structure, and that way you can do all sorts of shapes and fun things. I also like to use bottles like she's showing here and have a more contemporary presentation. Okay, so here we're starting with the seasons now, and we have got another beautiful picture. We have got spring. Now let's have a look through spring, and it's talking about aesthetics and spring flowers. So then they are divided into color groups, and within the color group we then have those particular flowers that are available in spring. So that's really useful. We've got orchids, we've got a rose, ranunculus, gerbera, lisianthus. So all of these are within the peach color group. But then she also adds a little subgroup. So here is a statement, textural, small, textural, and textural. So then you can see that this flower, you for example can make the main flower, and then for texture you could add either a rose, gerbera, or lisianthus, and then if you wanted some small sprinkle of flowers, then you just add ranunculus. So that's a really, really useful way of, you know, making you understand how you can create a beautiful bouquet. Love the colors, very springy, very kind of Easter-like. Tulips, of course, are going to be featured a lot because in spring you tend to have them. And there we go. That's a beautiful orchid. Speaking of which, I just bought a stunning orchid, which is this beautiful yellow color. It's so unusual. So yeah, it's like a queen in the living room. It looks stunning. Okay, summer. We're getting now to more like fun arrangements and presentations. So it's going to be a little bit more playful, I suspect. So same thing here. We have color groups and within them all the flowers. So here we seem to have slightly more deeper reds or pinks. And then also some greens. I love peonies. Peonies like one of my favorite, if not the favorite. Yeah, I suppose peony I prefer over rose. Love peonies. And then this is quite a fun, very sort of Tokyo-like vibe. So we have a lot of lime and greens in the summer. Autumn. So that's probably going to have more of the orange. And of course, purple being the complementary color, we're probably going to see some purple in there as well. There we go. So these are definitely deeper colors. I like that it also shows you from really sort of big and complicated arrangements to something light and easy that anyone could achieve. And then we get to winter, so let's check out this color palette. I wonder what it's going to be like. Just judging by this photo, it's going to have some blues and cooler tones, but probably also some deeper tones for contrast. We have a black fern, coconut eyes. This is gorgeous. A lot of very light and pastel colors with some really deep tones. Wow. I love her confidence in how she places one flower just sort of sticking out on a very long stem out of what would be already a beautiful bouquet. There is one flower that's just shooting out of it. I've seen it a number of times, so that's quite interesting. Here again you can see. Yeah, I mean, everything is just beautifully presented and gorgeous. Loads of beautiful photography. And then here it's talking about creating your color palette. Dream in color, establish your palette. All the stuff that we talk constantly about on my channel. Color palette and the significance of it. At the end of the book, you also get this kind of beautiful spread where it says structural moments. So there will be flowers that are great for structure, textural blooms, statement blooms, small blooms, and that's it. So that is really useful as well. And I like how the pages are presented and the flowers. So there you go. What a stunning book this is. Okay, so it's actually a new book and it has been published in 2023. I thought I didn't see this book before, but I didn't realize that it was published this year. So it's kind of brand new. So I hope you found it useful. You'll find all the links down below. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.